The NHL Awards are going to be decided tonight, so I'm going to give my predictions here. For the Hart, I'm going to predict that Leon Draisaitl wins it. He was great offensively this year. He put up 110 points to lead the league. He's one of the best players on the power play. He's just good everywhere offensively. Good with the puck, is a good passer, has a great shot. So I'm going to pick him to win it. However, I do think Artemi Panarin deserves it more than him, because Draisaitl is not a very good defensive player. He's one of the worst defensive forwards in the league. So I think to win an MVP, you should have to be good everywhere. Panarin was the better 5-on-5 player compared to Draisaitl, and he averaged 2 minutes less of ice time a game, so he had less opportunity to produce. So I would have given it to Panarin over Draisaitl. I'd also have given it to McKinnon over Draisaitl, as McKinnon is also a better two-way player, but I think Panarin deserved it the most. For the Calder, it's definitely a two-horse race. Dominik Kubalik was great. He scored 30 goals, had a very good rookie season, but I don't think he's quite in a tier with Cale Makar or Quinn Hughes. I'm going to predict that Cale Makar wins it. He had 50 points in 57 games, which is ridiculous for a rookie defenseman. He's elite offensively and pretty solid defensively as well. You don't see that too often in any rookie defenseman. Quinn Hughes was great too. He had 53 points in 68 games. In a typical year with how he did, he'd probably win the Calder. But I think Makar was a little bit better 5-on-5. I think Makar just deserves it a little bit more. Both of them are phenomenal skaters and passers. They're both good defensively as rookies, so that's not always common in offensive defensemen. They're both elite offensively. They're going to both win a Norris at some point in their career, I think. But I think for the Calder for this year, I give a slight edge to Makar. For the Norris, I'm going to predict that John Carlson will win it. He had 75 points in 69 games. It's pretty unusual to see a defenseman be over a point per game, so that was super impressive. He's definitely elite offensively this year. He's got a great shot and is a great passer as well. Great quarterback for the Washington power play. I think the Norris is interesting because it's supposed to be for the best defenseman. The three up for it this year were the three who put up the most points. I feel like it's usually given to the best offensive defenseman instead of the best defenseman overall. I personally think Roman Josi deserves it more than Carlson, even though I think Carlson will win it. Josi had 65 points, so he was just under point per game for a defenseman, but he was better defensively than Carlson. Carlson was not good defensively this year. Josi was solid defensively while being elite offensively, and I think his offensive impact was pretty similar to Carlson's, so I'd give Josi the edge there. Josi's just such a good skater. He loves carrying the puck up the ice, and scores a lot of goals for a defenseman and has a lot of assists. Victor Hedman had 55 points. I mean, we all know Hedman's one of the best defensemen in the league. So good defensively, so good offensively. I just think Josi was a little bit better than him. So I think Carlson ends up winning it, but I think Josi deserved it more. Finally, for the Vezina, I think Connor Hellebuyck will win it, and I think that he definitely deserves to win it. The defense in front of him was not good. Winnipeg lost a lot of people this year. He faced so many high-quality shots all season long, and he still had a .922 save percentage, so I think that was super impressive. I don't think any goalie would have done as well as he did in his specific situation. He also finished second in wins. Tuukka Rask was great as well. He had a .929 save percentage. Had a great season. I think he definitely deserves some consideration. Andrei Vasilevsky was solid as well. Led the league in wins and also had a .917 save percentage. I don't think he's quite as deserving as the other two, especially when you look at Tampa's defense in front of him compared to his actual stats. He was still great, but I don't think he deserves to win the Vezina. Tuukka Rask, there's definitely an argument, but I think Connor Hellebuyck, just based on the team in front of him and how he was able to carry the Jets, I think he deserves to win the award.